Morning everybody. Well, it's not that pleasant today. I'll tell you more in a bit, but Basil, he says, I'm ready to come in, Mum. I'm not enjoying this very much. Hey? At least he's nice and dry, or relatively dry. So the weather's been horrible. I mean, we've been lucky here in comparison to a lot of other people. But Tommy and Basil have been out together the last couple of nights so that they could both get under the hornbeam tree, which is this big tree here, out of the rain, for some shelter. Oh, he's going away now. He's probably going to have a little toilet break in the long grass there. Yeah. So I'm just going to mix up. So I'm just going to mix up their breakfast. So, like I said, very keen to come in this morning. Aren't you, Basil? Barely even opened the gate. Are you funny? Go on in them. Good boy. Good boy. Tommy! Tom, come on. Basil's just chased, Tommy was just here and then Basil's just chased him off down there to make sure he gets to come in first. I think he'll be keen too. Yeah. Come on, Papa Doc. I'm just standing so the gate doesn't blow into him. Good boy. There's a good boy. And this door's nicely back so it won't. Good boy. Well, I hooked it back. Could have hooked it back. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. So, morning everybody. I'm probably going to actually need to find a corner which isn't too windy. Maybe the best corner. That's the best corner. So the camera microphone still picks up because when it's windy it doesn't pick up. Anyway, it has been pretty windy for the last, not quite a day really actually. It got really windy overnight last night, but we had some rain the night before and it rained quite a bit yesterday, but like I said, we were quite lucky. A lot of people have had a lot worse weather than this, so we've been really lucky here. Which is good. Basil has had a couple of nights out without a rug on. It's been too warm to put a rain sheet on or any sort of waterproof rug. So he's been out, but without his fly rug, because I thought if that got really wet then he would be uncomfortable. So I think he's been alright, although he seems like he might be he was desperate to come in this morning. Yesterday morning when it was raining, they were both right at the bottom of the field. And it took him a bit to, it was right dark and dingy, so it took Basil a while I think to decide I was here to get him in, whereas he usually notices straight away, as you know, and comes straight to the gate. But this morning that was especially keen to get in. Horses don't like the wind though really. I'm sure, as you know. Basil's not too bad, but this is windy. This branch is falling down and quite a mess on the roads on my way here this morning. So you may remember that I have said in the past I don't tend to ride when it's this windy. It's too dangerous on the roads because you can't hear the cars coming and branches falling down and things. And in the arena, it's no fun on Basil when it's windy. I'm lunging him or riding him. He's just stupid, so there's no value to it at all. So I'm not going to be riding him today, but I did lunge him a couple of days this week. I didn't do anything with him yesterday morning either because he was chucking it down with rain. So they look alright. They are okay, aren't you? I think it may be a short video today. Judging by the weather, although I've got some jobs I wanted to do this weekend, I'm not sure it's going to happen. I've also had a really horrible cold, which I'm still getting over. So, not been feeling very happy, have I, this week, Thomas? No, there's a good boy. Both of the horses have started losing their summer coats now in the last about 3 weeks. You can see, maybe see Tommy's cheek there where he's just rubbed it on the side of the door. What are you doing? You're just funny, aren't you? So, no, don't bite me. If they're dry enough, which I think they probably are dry, I'm going to be able to give them both a nice brush this morning. Hey, would you like a nice brush this morning? So Tommy's been absolutely fine. He's been enjoying, I assume, last night out in the field and the night before out in the main part of the field with Basil. Obviously I don't want him to be out there for many days because he doesn't need the extra grass, but I thought it was important to let them both be able to get under that tree if the weather got really nasty. And we have had some heavy rain overnight because it's woken me up. Did it keep you awake, Tom Tom? Basil's not bad. He had a little a jump a couple of about 10 days ago in the field. Sorry, not in the field, when I was riding him in the arena, and I'm not quite sure what he did, but he obviously kicked his near fore on the inside and got a couple of little grazes, but as happens with him, his leg swelled up. Absolutely fine really. He's just, if he does a little nick, his leg swells up, so it's always been the same. So he's fine when he comes in the morning because he's been moving around, and then usually after he's been in the day it's a bit swollen in the evening, but it's not as swollen now as it was when he first did it, so it's definitely getting better. I mean, there's hardly anything to see, to be honest. He just took the hair and the top layer of skin off and got a tiny little scab on it, but and he's perfectly sound, but he's always been the same, haven't you? Little pink nose. So I think I'm going to give them both a brush, like I said, pick out their feet and stuff. There we are, they've both had a brush. Basil has had a nice roll in the mud. It's always nice, I always think it's nice for him to, because he wears a rug quite a lot of the time, so it is nice for him to have a nice roll in the mud, isn't it, Basil? Hey? So you look a bit smarter now, don't you? They need their tails washing, to be honest. But Tommy wasn't muddy. You hadn't had a big roll in the mud patch, had you? Although yesterday morning, or the morning before I saw you roll, and I was lunging Basil, you had a big roll, didn't you? You did. You funny. You're thinking you're going to get treats. You've had them, haven't you? Funny. That's a good boy. There's a good boy, hey? Little spiky nose. You want to have your sleep now, don't you? Sorry. So they usually have their little sleeps now for a while, don't you? Well, Tommy has a sleep, and then he has a munch, and then he has a sleep. And Basil has a munch and then a sleep. So they have slightly different routines, don't you? The other thing I think maybe I didn't mention in my last video, because I think it did happen before I did that, but it may not have done, is that I managed to drop my hat onto the concrete, so I had to have a new one. It is 5 years old anyway, and they do recommend that you change them every 5 years, so I went to get another hat. And in actual fact it is the same as my last one, and this is the one that I dropped on the floor. I mean, you look at it and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it at all, but they say the protection it offers once it's been dropped or hit won't be nearly as good, well, and in fact might not be any good at all if I fell off on my head. So I personally don't think it's worth the risk. So as I say, it's exactly the same hat, but I did treat myself to a new bright coloured silk at the same time, because the other one was looking so grotty. So it's exactly the same as my old one. It's a Charles Owen star, 4-star, sorry. It obviously has all the can see inside actually has all the up-to-date standards and everything. To be honest, when it comes to riding hats, I don't have a huge amount of choice. Apparently I have a the shape of head that is more unusual than the others, so there's not a huge variety of hats. Apparently I have a round head. Most people have an oval head. I think it's that way around. Anyway, so I don't have a huge number of choices with my hat, but I also have a small head, so my hat is actually a child size hat, which is good because it makes it cheaper, so it's always a plus. Yeah, anyway, I have a little head apparently, but yeah, it's not, I don't think, it wasn't cheap, it was £140 or something, but that's one thing I won't, you know, I won't skimp on. I mend rugs and keep stuff longer than most people would, and got brushes that I've had for ever, but a hat, as far as I'm concerned, is you need to have the best that you know is going to work if you fall off on your head. Yeah, so new hat. As you can see, everywhere is looking a little bit in need of a tidy up. It's not too bad, it's been a lot worse, generally a lot worse in the winter, but yeah, I'm really, the tap room I want to totally empty out, and that's easy to do when the horses are out, so I'll do that in September when they've swapped back to their other routine when they're out in the day and in at night. In here is still just covered with sheets because of the birds, and they've made a nice mess on my bins. Nest up there. There's also a nest which, because I now don't have hay, which means that Daisy can't get up onto the hay and get up high, so this year they've built a nest up there, which they've never done before because Daisy could have got to it, but this year they've built a nest up there. And you can't really see them, but I'm making a right mess in here as well this year, over here on the pallet, so that's going to need all jet washing and stuff. So it's not too bad in here. It needs a little bit of a sweep up and a bit of a tidy up, but not too bad. I still haven't managed to get rid of these 2 bales of hay, but there you go. So oh, and it's starting to rain. How lovely. So like I say, I think probably this week's video is going to be quite short. I have a list of jobs I want to do. What I will have to do probably later is fix the fence, because quite a lot of it is blown down in the night. I also would like to, but I'm not going to. I need to chain harrow the arena. It's not too bad, but it would be better if it was done. It also needs some weed killer on it, but because it keeps raining, there's no point putting weed killer on it when it's going to rain soon after. I can't get the chain harrows in there when it's been raining because I have to take the vehicle over a bit of the field, and if it gets muddy, the tyres will take mud into the arena, so I can't do that. Yeah, so there's a few sort of jobs and stuff that I would like to do, but with the weather as it is, I can't. So like I say, the video may be short today. So they're all snuggled, they're all tucked in, they're pretty happy to be in today. Are you pretty happy to be in today? I think you are. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Basil rug wise tonight. We will see what the temperature is like later, I think, because it's going to be windy and wet again, isn't it, Basil? And he says, why are you still here, Mummy? Leave us in peace now, please. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you again. Back again, and it's even windier now than it was this morning. But it's not supposed to rain very much, so I think I'm going to put Basil out without a rug on again, because it's quite warm. Is it quite warm, Basil? You ready for your tea? So I'm going to mix up their tea. Oh, Mr. Grumpy Drawers. Hurry up, mother. Your Grumpy Drawers. Now, I'm keeping Tommy in tonight while Basil's still eating his dinner. Normally I put Tommy out as soon as he's finished, but because it's so windy, I think Basil might get a little bit stressed if he's in on his own. He's not normally bothered, but with the wind and stuff. So Tommy's just going to hang on for a bit until Basil's just about finished, and then they can go out at the same time. Ish, Tommy first, but Basil can go out very quickly afterwards. What are you doing? So I've mucked Tommy out, so I might go and do a bit of Basil's while he's sit. Then both out, and actually Basil wasn't as freaked as I thought. It's pretty horrible out here. All the fences, I haven't bothered to go down and put the fence back up because actually it's just going to blow straight down again, so hopefully they'll be alright. It's going to die down this wind overnight, I hope. So I'm just going to finish the mucking out and then that's it. So as I said, I'm sorry the video's short, not very long. It is short this week, but it's just not been really possible to do much at all today. Although the sun's out now, we've had lots of showers. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.